Welcome to the Animation Station Podcast, your home for discussions and debates about all things animation. Each week, we'll rank, review, and revel in animated shows from yesterday and today, and from around the world. So grab your Acme slingshot, set your mobile suit to autopilot, and put on your mouse ears. The Animation Station Podcast begins now.
All right, I'm out.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye. So I've decided I'm going to make a parody account that's Gavin, Otis, and Fart. And it's going to be all the art that he posts, but I'm going to draw like swirly mustaches on the characters.
Do it. That sounds fantastic.
It's my new goal.
Hold on just a second.
I really hope you do
I'm going
this.
to do that. So now, are we going to circle back around and talk about, hey,
Yeah, we're gonna.
Hey Arnold? Was that the theme music?
Yeah. Thanks for paying attention to the show that we were supposed to watch.
I know I only got to watch like 3 episodes.
Oh, really? Oh, man, it was bad. So Friday, I decided, okay, I'm just gonna watch. I text Hannah because she was supposed to be on, she wasn't on. I was like, hey, give me like 5 episodes. She said, okay, so here's 5 episodes, and then here's a couple honorable mentions. And I was like, okay, cool. So I watched those episodes with my roommate, and we're like, okay, that was good. We watched these 7.
Good.
Wanna keep this going? And we kept it going.
Nice.
So you've seen every episode?
No, I've been picking and choosing which ones, but I've probably seen about 13.
Sweet Jesus.
So it's been a while. Yeah. Like I said, I have no life, so it's all good.
You're like, I want to do more episodes of a podcast because I need something to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. We recorded a whole Miraculous Ladybug episode that will probably come out sometime in April. But yeah, that's so watched the whole entire season again. Had Hannah on, and we talk about Miraculous Ladybug and what we expect, and our favorite characters, and all that fun stuff. We make a lot of Sailor Moon references.
I never watched Sailor Moon, so I wouldn't understand.
It's a great show.
I've seen a couple
family.
episodes, but when they would get naked, when they would change in their new outfit, like when they would power up and then their outfit would change and they were nude, I was just like, that's unnecessary.
Are you lying right now?
Not lying right now.
No.
They're not
That's
nude.
exactly what happens.
No.
Yeah.
They just change.
No.
And this is a kid show?
This is a kid's show.
They're not nude.
I have to watch.
They're not wearing any clothes, but they're not nude. There's a difference.
All right. There's no nipple.
Exactly. There's no nipple. If
All
there's
right.
no nipple, then it's okay.
Then it's okay.
Yeah, but that's like that one episode of Tenchi Muyo where they all go to the hot springs. And it's like they're all completely naked, but all the girls have no nipples. So they just have boobs, but no nipples. And it's
Are they
TV
under
friendly.
the water?
No, like even when they're above water, but there's boobs with no nipples.
Hey.
Yeah, Ryoko's naked the whole entire time in there, just kind of floating around, doing her thing. So on that bombshell, welcome to the Animation Station Podcast, episode 36. My name is Josh, and joining me
I'm Brittany.
is...
I'm Liam.
He's trying to make me watch Sailor Moon right now as we're talking, guys. So.
Well, you guys watch Sailor Moon, and I'll just talk about, the topic for today.
Which is Sailor Moon.
Which is Sailor Moon. So what we decided to do is we decided to watch 17 episodes of Sailor Moon. I tried to pick the very best episodes of Sailor Moon that I possibly could.
But there were
Obviously had to
none,
give
so
them
you
the-
couldn't pick any.
No, I obviously had to give them the origin stories for each of the characters, so how Mercury and Mars and everybody, how they get their powers and everything. But then we had to wait a long time until we got Venus's power, which is really kind of weird that, you get the first ones like right off the bat, and then you have to wait like 17 episodes in before you get Sailor Venus. And then she's only there for like 2 episodes, and then she dies.
See, but
So
I always thought that was
it's
so
really
weird that
bizarre.
you're like Sailor Moon, Sailor Saturn, and then Sailor Penis was just such a throw off. So it kind of made sense that they killed Sailor Penis off because it just didn't fit in with the theme.
Liam, it was Venus, so V for
Oh,
Venus. Yeah,
that makes
sense
a
now?
huge difference.
Yeah.
Would you have watched it if it was Sailor Penis?
I probably would have. That's the only reason I watched it to begin with. But now that I know it's Sailor Venus, I never have to watch it again.
They are totally nude.
Yeah, they're completely naked the entire time.
They're not nude.
Yeah.
They have cosmic rays covering their bodies, so they are not nude.
True, there are a bunch of stars and fun stuff floating around them, so that's good.
Yeah, I just don't know why they couldn't just be in, like, I don't know, a bathing suit or something.
Underwear?
Like, yeah, underwear, just anything, but no. Doesn't make sense.
Because that's not cool.
Yeah. Oh, I better power up into my outfit of high heels and a mini skirt, and let's go fight.
I mean, how else are you going to go fight?
Well, I mean, I know when I used to be a mixed martial artist, that's the way that I fought, was
high
in a mini
heels
skirt
were
and
your
high
go-to.
heels. I mean, that's really the only way to do it. Because really, when you think about it, when you walk into, like, the octagon, there's no way you can lose. Because the other guy, he's got to fight the crazy dude in the mini skirt and the high heels. So either he just beat up a dude in a mini skirt and high heels, or he just lost a fight to a dude in a mini skirt and high heels. So ultimately, you win either way.
I believe it.
It is a win-win situation.
So true.
Now, I just have, like, one little bit of news. Really nothing, like, crazy happened this week. Other than, on April 1st, we had the premiere of Attack on Titan Season 2.
Ooh. So did you watch it already?
I did not watch it because I am a snob, and I am going to wait until Funimation releases the dub before I watch it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That makes sense.
Also premiering in theaters this week, the critically acclaimed anime Your Name, which is, I believe, Kimi no Nawa, is going to be premiering in the United States. So go and get your tickets for that. We got ours for AMC. We're going to go watch it Saturday morning. So look for a Cartoon Cafe up around probably Friday of next week.
Cool. Your Name. You guys have been talking about this like every episode, so I know you guys are pumped for this.
I am so excited. I've been counting off the days. I actually thought it was this weekend, and I was like, oh, yay. And it's like, oh, no, it's just Attack on Titan. Dang it.
Oh, that's sad. That had to been a bummer.
Yeah, but Attack on Titan rules, so...
Yeah, but
I know, it does, but I mean, Your Name, though.
But he hasn't watched Attack on Titan, the premiere, yet, because he's waiting for the dub. So...
Like, it's weird, because, like, romance anime and stuff like that, I can watch subbed, because there's not a lot of action going on.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm totally fine watching it subbed. But for something that I'm gonna, especially something like Attack on Titan, where people are gonna be eating and, like, zipping around, like, every 13 seconds in front of me, I'm gonna miss something.
Oh, good point. Yeah, because I think when we originally watched Attack on Titan, we did watch just the subtitles, and that was so hard. I'm like, there's so much going on that by the time I finish reading what's happening, the scene's over.
Well, that and so many of the characters were rendered the same, where sometimes it's difficult to be like,
yeah, that's true.
Like, hey,
like, oh, that's that one.
Yeah,
but it was
who's
a different
talking?
character.
Wait, this doesn't make sense that this is this person. So,
yeah, it's hard to follow along that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it very difficult. That's why the dub is perfect.
Cool.
And it's got a great voice cast. It's a very good voice cast with Trina Nishimura and Bryce Papenbrook and Josh Grell.
Cool.
And friend of the show, Mr. Robert McCullum.
Awesome.
Who we'll have a wonderful interview with in anime.
Very cool.
Anime.
So excited for anime.
I'm excited.
And we're going to have
anime.
a giveaway in anime. It's going to be the Give-A-May. That's a stupid name. I need to think of something better.
No, I like it. Give 'em a.
Right,
That's it.
Give 'em a.
It's already been recorded, so now it cannot be changed.
Oh, no. Okay, so this week we decided to watch the 1996 classic Nickelodeon animated. I don't even know why I had to say animated. It's 1996 Nickelodeon. It's not today's Nickelodeon where nothing's animated.
Good point.
Yeah, so we decided to watch Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
Now, Brittany, I mean, we're of the younger generation. We're not the old men like Liam and Gavin.
Yeah.
So
we still have a
they
spring in
didn't
our
really...
step.
Exactly. We're not halfway dead.
There weren't cartoons when I was a kid.
Exactly.
Your cartoons were black and white?
Our cartoons were the Sunday funnies.
Were the comics.
Yeah, pretty much.
In the newspaper.
If you cut them out and then like used them as a flip book, there you go. That was the cartoons we got when I was a kid.
Poor you.
No, it was awesome.
Oh.
It was way better than this.
Yeah, you.
The crap they have these days.
There's a lot of crap these days.
Yeah, this is true. And just for those that are wondering, no, I'm not Will Arnett.
You do sound like Will Arnett.
I do. I just realized that that's pretty much exact because I sound like Lego Batman right now.
Yep.
I lost my voice. I don't know if it's like lack of sleep or allergies or a combination of the two or screaming at Remy all day.
Yesterday at the amusement park.
No, Remy, don't touch that. No, those are...
Remy, stop running.
Yeah, stop running. No, those are sharp. No, don't put that screw that fell out of that carnival ride in your mouth.
Don't worry, it's still safe.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of iron in that.
Hey, he needs iron in his diet. He's a growing boy.
And the ride will still work.
Yeah.
Maybe. So, Brittany, do you remember the first time that you saw Hey Arnold or anything like that?
Gosh, I don't remember the first time I watched it, but I can remember that around the time. I couldn't say there's a new show coming on. It's going to be Hey Arnold. I have to watch this. I just know that anything on Nickelodeon at the time, I was all about. So, yeah, Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network were my go-tos. I just watched anything on those channels. And Hey Arnold was a show that immediately, brought me in. And I just recently went back because, luckily, you gave me your magic password to Hulu. So I could watch some episodes and brush up. So I watched, the first 3 episodes of the very first season, and those are probably the episodes I have seen the most.
Nice.
Because, they're just always reruns, and those were the ones that are always on TV. I was like, oh gosh, I didn't even have to watch these ones because I remember these episodes.
I remember watching, for the longest time, I thought it was in front of the Rugrats movie, but apparently, after doing some research, it was in front of Harriet the Spy.
Oh!
I remember, because, they showed the pilot episode, the first 10-minute short little pilot in front of Harriet the Spy.
How funny.
And so I was watching it and I was like, okay, this show looks kind of cool.
Yep.
I like that kid's got a football head.
I know. And it's silly hair. His hair doesn't make sense. What? Why does his hat fit in the middle of his hair like that? I don't know.
It does seem weird.
He's balding in the middle, but nowhere else.
His hair is also lopsided too. It's not even on both sides.
No, because it's supposed to be apart. It's
well,
parted
yeah,
and
that
it's
would
longer
make
on
sense.
the one end.
It just parts funny.
And the fact that his kilt, which I always thought was a kilt, and that's what I thought was really cool, turned out to be just an untucked shirt.
So he's actually a lot cooler than you thought he was?
No,
he's
way
a
less
cool kid who wears a sweater vest over...
I thought he was cool because I was like, this is a football-headed kid that's wearing a kilt. I was like, how cool, because you would never see that in a normal cartoon. And I was right, because you still don't ever see that in normal cartoons.
I know. I thought it was a kilt, too.
I kind of want to try that. I want to try the whole, blue sweater with blue jeans over the... with
the flannel,
red, an orange flannel shirt underneath, just kind of tucking out. I really kind of want to try that. I think that would be pretty cool.
Just do it. It's the easiest cosplay you can do as a dude,
right? Seriously.
but it's Oklahoma right now, and it's extremely hot and muggy.
Yeah, it's already warm here too. Yeah, we're 70s, high 70s.
Yeah. Oh man. But Hey Arnold ran from 1996 to... I was surprised it ran to 2004.
But it only had 5 seasons. So did they just take long breaks between them, or what happened?
Well, that's Gravity Falls logic. We're going to have 4 years to come out with 2 seasons.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if I'm looking it up, originally season 1 aired from October of 96 to February 97. Season 2 aired from September 97 to January 98. 3 from August 98 to March of 99. 4 March of 99 to December.
So they just took
99.
long breaks.
And then the 5th final season was March 2001 until June 2004, and there was 24 episodes, so it was spread across those 3 years.
Crazy.
Which makes a lot of sense.
That's so crazy.
And then they did a theatrical film in 2002, and apparently there's going to be another film coming out later this year.
to November of this year, which is Hey Arnold, the Jungle movie, which we're finally going to get to see what happened to Arnold's parents.
Right. Because if you don't know,
he lives with his grandparents.
He lives with his grandparents.
They run like a boarding house or something, or like as an orphanage, or
no, it's just a boarding house.
Okay, because I always thought it was weird because, like, I feel like the show itself always felt like it was like Northwest. You know what I mean? Like it seemed like it was always very like cloudy and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
But doesn't he? But his school that he goes to is like a PS something,
which is like
which is very New York City.
Yep, very New York.
Like Public School 101, Public School 118.
Right.
So I always thought that was very like diametric between the two of them. Like it was like Northwest. Mm-hmm. But East
to
Coast.
me, I think growing up, I just automatically assumed it was New York
because it was the PS.
Yeah,
and the whole like my favorite character is Stoop Kid. So like the whole Stoop Kid's gonna leave his stoop, and I was like, kids hanging out on their stoop is very much a New York thing.
Yeah.
So, but it just I don't know. For me, I don't know if it was just like there were like maybe random references that made it seem like it was supposed to be Pacific Northwest.
Well, it's like a ton of trees.
But that's still
like,
New York.
No, it's still New York, but that would be like upstate New York.
Yeah,
it wouldn't
sure.
be Brooklyn.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
not a lot of trees in Brooklyn.
Right.
I mean, there's
only the ones
not.
that are like purposely planted on the sidewalk,
That's
like in
it.
the little tree boxes.
That is it. There's not enough room for trees in the city. But no, I always thought Brooklyn because the subway.
Yeah, they've got subways.
Yeah. What else did and just I don't know the feel of the streets, like when they would show episodes and like the kids would be playing in the fire hydrants, and I was like, that's such a New York thing.
Yeah, like in like old like 50s films.
Yeah, I'm like,
well, I'm actually looking it up on Wikipedia right now, and it says that it took place in the American city of Hillwood, which is fictional.
Oh, a fictional city.
And then the creator of the show, what's his name? Something Bartlett. Craig Bartlett.
Yeah.
So it said that so his hometown was Seattle, so it was an amalgam of large northern cities like Seattle and Portland, but he also because he went to art school, but he and then also Brooklyn, like the bridge, the brownstones, the subway.
Yep.
So it's actually a combination of like Seattle, Portland, and Brooklyn.
How
So
funny.
that makes sense that was the feel
sense.
that we got.
It's literally East meets West.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that is a lot of fun. I don't know, any episodes that I watched, I enjoyed it, but it was never to the point where it was like, I need to watch all the episodes.
Gotcha.
You know?
I think you had to grow up with it to fully enjoy.
And I think I confused this sometimes with the Wild Thornberrys, because didn't that come out like right after this? So it was like those two shows, I felt like it had a very similar feel. So
maybe
stylistically,
maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, stylized, they're very similar.
Right.
Like what the father's like ginormous nose in the Wild Thornberrys.
Yeah. Well, it was like Rugrats on crack. You know what I mean? Where it was like all the weird like amplified features and whatnot.
Weird.
Well, they do meet the Rugrats in one episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it it may have been just made for TV, but for all I know, it could have been in the theaters. Yeah, it was the Rugrats go wild, and they meet the Wild
Oh,
Thornberrys.
yeah. I don't know if I ever watched it, or maybe I just can't remember it, but I remember that now.
I remember it was a thing and going, no.
I can't picture it.
No.
But I remember it was like a big announcement. Anytime shows crossed over, that was huge.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I watched, in preparation for this, probably watched about, 12, 13 episodes. But I've, just watching it, the nostalgia was kicking in, and it's been decided that I'm going to watch the rest of the series.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of got to now. I was like, oh man, it's so good. Just because, especially watching it now, like watching it as a kid, you're like, that's kind of cool. But then watching it now, you're like, there's a lot of hidden stuff in here that was going over kids' heads all the time.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
And like they do a lot of deep episodes, like the Christmas episode where Arnold reunites Mr. Wynn with his daughter.
Oh yeah, yep.
That is such a good episode because I mean, like he gives up his daughter, like it's Vietnam, and it's like the last plane out of Saigon or helicopter, and like they get the helicopter and take one more person. So Mr. Wynn goes up with his daughter, and they take the daughter, and she goes off. and then it takes him another 17 years to get out of the country. You're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, watching it now, I was almost tearing up at his story. I was like, oh man.
But like when you're a kid, you
so
don't quite
good.
get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're a kid, you're like, oh, look, they're reunited. That's cute.
Yeah.
But watching it now, it's like, oh, geez.
You're like, oh, that's cute. Ma, where's my PBJ?
No, not PBJs. It was Hot Pockets back then, man.
I need a new juice box.
Oh, diarrhea pockets.
Yeah, we got class.
What's that Jim Gaffigan joke where he's like, what's the direction on a Hot Pocket? Remove from package, put directly in toilet.
So good, though.
Oh, man.
Pepperoni, especially the ham and cheese Hot Pockets. Dude, ham and cheese Hot Pockets, delicious.
See, we had like one of those sandwich presses where you put the piece of bread in, you'd put the cheese, and then if you wanted like deli meat in it, you could put that in as well. You put the other piece of bread on top of it, and then you close it, and it would cut the sandwich in half and seal all the edges. So it was like homemade Hot Pockets.
So kind of like a panini press, but not?
Yeah, but well, I mean, it sealed.
But it just sealed it
actually
together.
sealed the edges. But yeah, it would like a panini press,
Doesn't
like that kind of
panini
like that kind of a.
Oh
thing.
no, a panini press.
Or like a George
press.
Yeah, or like a George Foreman grill, like that. Kind of
Gotcha.
thing. But so because
so
Hot
you
Pockets
can make
are
your
expensive.
own homemade.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Guys, do you guys remember George Foreman grills?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my
parents
parents still use theirs.
Yeah.
George Foreman grills used to be the best. You make anything on a George Foreman grill.
Yep.
I know.
And then watch all the grease collect at the bottom of it.
Oh, yeah. Put the little train to...
Yeah.
And you're like, ooh, look at all that grossness.
See,
like,
I tried
we're
making
eating
like
that.
potato soup on a George Foreman grill, and it was just it did not work. It was so messy.
You know, there's instructions and like what you can put in grills.
Liam, you have to tilt up.
Oh, that was my problem. I thought it would just the soup would fall into the grease trap and be perfect.
Oh yeah, no. If you leave it, slanted down, it's gonna get everywhere. That's why you gotta tilt up just a little bit and just kind of
Maybe
fix it all.
If I knew how to read, I would have read the directions.
Maybe you should have paid for the bigger grease traps.
Yeah, right. Do you guys have the economy size? So speaking of the 90s, so Hey Arnold. So
we're talking about Hey Arnold.
So
it's getting woven in.
So I feel like I watched the movie. Like I do feel like I have sat down. Like you and I have watched it, right?
On Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know if we watched it fully, but probably at least half of it we watched before bed one night, just because it was like, hey, I'm putting this on.
Right.
I'm not letting you pick, and if I pick, it'll take me forever. So hey Arnold,
this works.
press play.
And Remy likes cartoons, so why not?
So we chose that, and it was. I don't remember the ending of the movie because we didn't watch it, but it's funny to look at the animation of what the movie was, and then I just watched the first season, like the first 3 episodes, and it was literally just like pencil, drawn backgrounds. Like you can see just like the sketching and the shading, and there was nothing any like fancy. They just put a color over the pencil drawing, and that's it. So nothing fancy.
And if you watch that first season, like they never got Arnold's eyes right. Like he never has a full, like his eyes are never fully round. He always has that like his like eyelid is like halfway closed.
Funny.
The whole entire time. It's great. And then like season 2 they're like, oh, we bet we should fix that. Let's not make him super mopey.
Did they
like, oh, there you go.
Did it change by season 2? Did the background animation change?
Yes.
Like the sets. Okay.
And you can see like as they got more popular, they got more of a budget, and so you can see, especially into season 5. Mm-hmm. Like when you watch those episodes, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is actually really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've watched probably all of the episodes. It's been so long, I couldn't even tell you. I just know. What Stoop Kid is one that always sticks out for me because I made you watch that one.
Yep.
I just always yelled, "Stoop Kid's gonna leave a stoop" for some reason.
All the time.
I feel like there was one where they freeze the ground with the fire hydrant. Like, I think it's so cold that they make it like the street an ice skating rink, and I thought that was the coolest thing. I was like, can we really do that?
Is that possible?
Not in California because it does not get that cold.
It's like frying an egg on the sidewalk.
Was
really?
Is that the snow day one?
I think so. Yeah, because it obviously snow everywhere, and then they were like, "Cool, we can break open the fire hydrant and make an ice skating rink." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Things like that you wish could happen.
I loved Arnold's grandma in that one because she somehow has like that sled, and it's got like a bunch of dogs, and then like
Oh,
Abner the
yeah.
pig, and she's like off to save the missionaries.
Oh,
You're
God.
like, what?
She's the best. The grandma is the best because she's just nuts. And you know she has so much history and so much experience that you're like, wait, where did you come from? What did you do? Every episode or whatever episode she's in, she's just nuts.
See, I like the grandpa because it's Dan Castellaneta, who's the voice of Homer Simpson, and then he was also the genie in Return of Jafar.
Oh, yeah.
So I always thought that was really cool. I was like, that's Homer.
That is Homer. But he doesn't remind me of Homer as the grandpa, as his voice.
You don't think so?
No. Yeah, he's just grandpa.
Yeah, like I would think, like Homer very much sounds like the genie. No, like when he does
Homer
the
and
genie, like those sound
you can hear
similar.
it.
And then I think the grandpa, I think he definitely put a more distinct voice on the grandpa. But no, he's fun too. The grandparents were definitely a kick, but makes me want to know what happened to his parents.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. We watched that one, and I forgot that was like an hour-long episode. That was like a special on Nickelodeon. Because it was supposed to draw up interest to get the first, like, to actually get the Jungle movie actually greenlit.
Oh.
Because that was the original plan, is they did this episode to, garner interest in the Jungle movie. But since Hey Arnold, the movie, did so poorly, they unfortunately had to, put it on the back burner until, 2016 when they actually started ramping up production, and now we get into November.
How crazy. Like, so many years later, like, over a decade later since the show ended, and they're still like, no, this is a thing. We can make it work. Enough people will watch it. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I'll say for me, the strongest part of this show is all of the characters.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, the characters, the character growth, the depth of all the characters, even if they're just, boring little characters, kind of like Harold.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, this guy's just a
bully.
just a stupid, fat bully guy. And you're like, oh, no, he's actually, kind of insecure and everything. And then find out that he's Jewish and he has his bar mitzvah, and Arnold and Gerald go to that, and then Arnold replaces his, his little signature blue hat with a little blue yarmulke. I thought that was adorable.
Yep, I remember that. I think that's what was cool about this show, is that they kind of give every one of the friends their own episode that like grows that character. Even like Helga gets her story, and you like kind of see why she's so obnoxious. But the fact that she loves Arnold so much, but will never show it. She like is literally the little girl who's like, I'm gonna pick on you because I like you so much.
Yep.
And her gumball football head in her closet.
Oh god.
So gross. And what else does she have? She has like a locket, a heart locket.
Oh, she always keeps the locket. I always love it. Like, she pulls it out and she's like, oh, I hate him, that stupid football-headed nerd. I despise him. And yet.
Yep.
And she always pulls that locket out, and she's like, oh, Arnold.
And then, what's his name? The guy in the glasses always pops up behind her when she's, like, fantasizing and, like, over Arnold, and she punches him in the face.
Always punches him. I can't remember his name.
I can't either. It's not... No, Stinky is the tall one.
Stinky... He's the one who's so out of place.
He's like from the country.
Yeah, he's like, y'all, we gonna do... And you're like, oh, God.
Yeah, you're definitely a transfer student.
Like, every time he talks, you're like, oh, man, just don't talk anymore.
I don't know if that character has a name. He would have to have a name, but I don't know what it is.
He would have to have a name, yeah. Yeah, not important.
Bernie?
Great. But yeah, I mean, like all the characters, I mean, because like if you when you look at me, like like his grandma, she totally has dementia.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, my gosh, like all of the characters that live in his in the boarding house, you're like, it's so in depth and complex, and just like as a kid, you're like, haha, funny characters, but watching it now, it's like, good Lord Almighty, this show is. It's deep on so many levels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to go back and definitely watch some more. I want to watch some of the older seasons because I want to see if I did stick it out like all the way through to the end. I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't know. I have to see them to be sure.
It's so
like why?
It's so crazy when you think back. When you think about like with Helga's parents and like how her mom is constantly drunk.
Oh
yeah. Her mom is totally a drunk.
Smoothies and coffee, even though she's obviously completely just hammered.
And even
all the time.
her eyes are drawn that way, like Kay's.
Completely.
She even the way she talks, she's like Helga, like, and you're like, oh man, she's gone.
Yeah, they all have their own story, and it makes sense to why they are those characters, and it's like crazy. Look at these people trying to tell a deep story in a kid's show.
Yeah, well, I mean that's how you know when shows like transcend the medium, you know what I mean, when they can go into this higher realm, this like they're more meta than what they let on.
Yeah
I
like it.
Did you have any favorite characters?
I was trying to think about that. I was like, I know that would probably come up. Just off the bat, I guess it would be Arnold. Arnold was always fave because he's Arnold, and he's such a sweet boy. Like, he's never... Because I would say he's probably the coolest kid there, but I never took that until now. When I look back at it, I'm like, oh, he was like the cool kid, but I took it as like he was like kind of more of an outcast because his parents aren't there, and he lives in a boarding house, like he doesn't have his own home, and I don't know. I think he was always like cooler and nicer than he needed to be.
Yeah, he was always so nice and trying to help everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean Arnold for sure.
Yeah, I don't remember any of the kids, like picking on him because he didn't have parents or anything like that.
Yeah, true.
I mean, like, and plus all of those kids, I mean, even though they do have their flaws, none of them are like inherently bad kids. Right,
I think there was only like the one girl who had a lot of money or something. Is it Rhonda or whatever?
Rhonda Wellington Lloyd. I love Rhonda Wellington Lloyd.
She is like the snooty girl.
Oh yeah, and even her, she gets humbled too because her parents lose all their money.
Yep.
And she has to go live in Arnold's boarding house for a short time.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And Arnold even then doesn't rat her out to the rest of the kids.
Oh yeah, because he's a nice guy.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And then the grandparents are great. I think whenever they're in an episode, it's going to be a fun one because the grandparents are super crazy.
Yeah.
Now for me, it's definitely got to be Grandpa Phil.
Yeah.
Because he reminds me of my grandpa with the whole like his fake war stories. Yeah, and like he poisoned the Nazi soldiers with Cham, which is
that's such a good episode.
It's a spoof on Spam.
How funny.
But it was how he single-handedly won the Battle of the Bulge, which I later found out my grandfather was actually in. Actually lived through that battle. And Band of Brothers is a show that Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg put on HBO. It's like, I want to say, a 10-part miniseries. And I cried. Like, it is still to this day one of the greatest miniseries of all time. But in that, they actually show what happened in the Battle of the Bulge. And I just, I didn't even... It was
now you realize why he changed his stories.
Yeah, why he didn't tell me that story. Yep. Like, it was so intense that watching it, I didn't know I was crying until it was over. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, my cheeks, the whole top of my shirt was wet. I was like... I've been crying this entire episode, and I didn't even know it was so awesome. So, for me, Grandpa Phil, hands down, best character on that show.
I will say Band of Brothers has, the second best cameo of all time.
Who?
That's Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Is he in
only it? Only because Jimmy Fallon drives up, is like, hey, guys, we've got ammo. He's not being funny. He doesn't look in the camera at all.
Nope.
Which is really hard for him.
Right, because that's all he does.
It was really, really good.
Did he?
I was like, oh, cool, Jimmy Fallon.
Could you expect him to roll up and be like, hey guys, I've got ammo.
Yeah, he's like, guys, I got some ammo. We're going to go by the
guess who else is in the Jeep with me? Justin Timberlake. We're going to sing a song. We're going to do a rap battle. Ha
Did he just want to be a part of the movie?
Everybody wanted to.
Be a part of the show.
There is 1,001
cameos,
well-known actors that are in this miniseries. Because literally awesome. Everybody was like, Tom, I'll do it for free.
Oh, wow.
The dude that's the main guy from Office Space is in it. Everybody is in it.
Crazy.
I'll pull it up and you can just skim the list of names.
Yeah,
it's
just
insane.
look at everybody. It's ridiculous.
Well, we should. Don't you have it?
No.
Oh, you don't?
No, remember I wanted to buy that tin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you don't have the tin? Dude, I got the tin. The tin is dope.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I absolutely need it.
We found it at Rasputin's.
Yeah,
Is
we
that
saw
where
it
we
at
found it?
Rasputin's.
Cool.
So
We'll have
next
to,
paycheck, I
we'll have to
definitely want to pick it up.
Nice.
Awesome.
But greatest cameo of all time goes to none other than Matt Damon in the fantastic movie Euro Trip.
Oh, yeah.
When he sings Scotty Doesn't Know. The best cameo of all time. Matt Damon.
Oh, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
America's sweetheart.
You know, in Team America World Police, the reason they had the Matt Damon puppet just go Matt Damon every time was because no matter how many molds they did, it kept coming out looking like he was like special, we'll say. And so they just were like, you know what? Just have him say his name. It'll be funnier that way. And that's all he says the entire time. But yeah, like, it was, pardon me, Ron Livingston was the one from Office Space. But like Damian Lewis, Ron Livingston, Donnie Wahlberg, Michael Cudlitz.
Donnie Wahlberg's in it? Oh my god.
Michael Cudlitz,
I gotta watch it.
Donnie Wahlberg's first Sergeant Lipton, man.
Yeah.
I love Donnie Wahlberg.
But yeah, Michael Cudlitz, who everybody now knows from The Walking Dead. He's Abraham.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Neil McDonough.
I like how he plays the exact same character in Walking Dead that he plays in
everything.
Yeah, he's just like, so can we give this guy a mustache goatee combo and a cigar?
And we're good.
Like, yeah. It's like, perfect.
Michael Fassbender, Jason O'Mara. I mean, like, literally Colin Hanks. Like, the list goes on.
David Schwimmer.
Yep, Simon Pegg. I mean, everybody. You guys, everybody. Tom Hardy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Tom Hardy is in that movie. I forgot.
Yeah. It's
a show. Dang it.
Yeah, freaking so awesome. So, yeah. So, any other top? Do you have like a favorite episode that you've recently seen that stands out for you?
Oh man, probably the one that I always remember is the Christmas episode.
Oh, right on.
With Mr. Wynn and his daughter.
Yeah.
Just because that's so good. And there's another good ones like Mr. Wynn Sings.
Oh, because isn't he like a big fan of country music?
Yeah, he just sings country music, and they get Randy Travis to do his singing voice, and it's hilarious.
Well, because Mr. Wynn's the dude that works in the Mexican food place, right?
Yeah, he works in the Mexican food restaurant.
Okay, I gotcha. It is who I'm thinking it is. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's too funny. Yeah, he's a fun character. He's in the top for me. He's one of those fun ones.
Oh yeah.
That's too funny.
There is one more thing that I thought was really cool about the series is like all of the kids are voiced by kids.
Yeah, but
which it just makes it perfect.
Well, didn't they
like? There's no 35-year-old guy trying to voice, a 9-year-old child
or a 50-year-old woman voicing Bart Simpson.
Yeah,
Well, because they had
happens.
multiple people voice Arnold.
Yeah, multiple people voiced Arnold. Yeah, but they're bringing the original guy. I can't remember his name. The original Arnold from season 1. He's the one that's going to be in the Jungle movie.
Well, this one.
So at least they're keeping that.
This one says that in season 1 it was Torrin Caudell.
Yeah.
But it says that Mason Val Cotton is going to do the Jungle movie.
Really? Because I thought it said Torn was in there. Huh. Who knows? Wikipedia, IMDb, completely different things.
Right? Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wikipedia is just whoever decided to change it that day.
Exactly.
Yeah, it says Torrin announced in 2016 on his Instagram profile he would return to Hey Arnold to voice some characters for the television movie that will be released in 2017. Huh. So he's doing some of the characters, but it looks like he's probably not doing Arnold because it looks like it's going to be this other kid, this Mason Vale Cotton.
This Mason? Well, that'll be interesting.
Right? I wonder if you'll be able to pick out his voice, though. You know what I mean? Like when you hear that guy talk, if you'll know, like, oh, that's Hey Arnold.
You'll know, like, oh, that's Arnold.
Yeah. So is he wearing jeans or leggings or what's going on with this kid?
Who are we talking about?
Arnold.
Oh, it's totally jeans, man. I assume. I doubt he was wearing leggings in 96.
Right. I don't know. In 96, it was all about like the Jinko jeans, like the big wide leg pants. So the fact that this kid is in some like like ankle cutter Wrangler jeans is pretty rare, if you ask me.
Hey, it's Seattle. It's Seattle.
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
It's Seattle. So is that why?
Seattle.
Is that why he's in a plaid shirt? Because he's really into grunge.
Exactly. Yeah, because it's Seattle, so he's got the plaid.
Nice. And then he's wearing the Kurt Cobain green sweater. So I guess that makes sense.
Exactly. All right. So you guys ready to go to the top 5?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right. Top 5.
And now for another top 5.
This has been a good time. And now Gavin is here.
Woohoo! Welcome, Gavin. It's like you haven't said anything this whole time.
I know. I was just biting my tongue for the last hour.
Did you enjoy our conversation?
It was thrilling.
Aw, thank you.
I was gripped from end to end.
All right. So we decided to do for this week on the top 5. We decided to do our top animated crushes, that we have or have had on characters from cartoons, anime. Gavin likes stop motion, so I'm sure there's some sort of weird play thing that you like.
Actually, no, not this time.
Oh, you didn't have any claymations?
No, I didn't have a crush on anybody in Chicken Run. No.
But there's that one chicken.
Wait,
Mel Gibson.
what about the character that Mel Gibson voices?
Yeah. I mean, he's a
Mel Gibson
stud,
chicken.
but
There you go.
I don't have a thing for chicken.
What was that other chicken movie? Rockadoodle? What about that one?
Rockadoodle.
Yeah,
Oh.
Rockadoodle.
Rockadoodle.
Yeah. Man, I forgot about that one.
I think everybody tries to.
Seamlessly
Exactly.
blended CG and
Yeah, right.
animation.
Jeez.
It worked great.
Yeah, worked out real well. It's a memorable movie.
All right, so which one of you two wants to start off?
I guess we'll do ladies first. So go, Liam.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I was
for
about to say,
me,
you guys-
my number
do
5
it.
comes from Cowboy Bebop, and it's got to be Faye Valentine. Because
Nice.
she's super BA, the sweet purple-haired bob cut. Obviously, I got a thing for girls with purple hair. And I love that she gave as much sass as she got. Like, she could kind of keep up with the other crew members of the Bebop. So I
Right.
gotta give my number 5 spot to her.
Cool.
Nice.
I like it.
The bebop.
I mean, Faye's whole outfit. I mean, that's like in what was that, 98?
There's not much to it.
That's every young boy's dream. They look at her and
for
you're
sure.
like, "Oh, hey, girl."
Well, no, it's seriously. It's like you're obsessed with Slave Leia until Faye Valentine pops in, and then you're like, oh,
Nice.
this is a possibility as well. Amazing.
I need to watch this, man.
You really do.
I've never watched it.
And she's super
Oh, you
awesome.
should.
I
It's
know
good.
immediately you're gonna be like, yep, I have a crush on her too.
Probably. I have
Mm-hmm.
lots of girl crushes. But
But
none
if we're
on my
talking
list.
Cowboy Bebop, we really can't, we can't talk about how hot anybody is, and we don't talk about Ein.
Oh my
Ein,
gosh.
one of the hottest characters on that whole entire show.
You're ridiculous.
Wait, isn't Ein a corgi?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, he's the little fat Welsh corgi computer dog.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we ever get an actual corgi, not our hybrid weirdo corgi that we have right now, but a real life one, I want to name it Ein.
I
Nice.
should name it Zwei.
I wonder
Eisvei.
how many corgis
Dry.
are walking around the planet
Fear.
right now with the name Ein.
I bet there's a
That
ton.
are named Ein.
Yeah,
At least 5 million.
yeah, I'm sure.
No, because corgis only have a lifespan of 12 to 15 years, so all the ones that were named Ein back in 1998, 1999, they're dead by now. So only if
that's
there's a
true.
new,
A new
like a
batch.
new crop, then it'll make sense.
Right.
Cool.
All right, Brittany, you're up.
Alrighty, so my number 5 is from an anime too. Shocking. Light Yagami from Death Note. So this is
Oh,
kind of
Light.
weird because he's, I don't know, I'm sure you guys have seen it. I don't know if both of you have seen it, but
Gavin, earmuffs.
oh, he starts out as a really likable character to me. And I think because of that, he was so likable, and his nice hair. Pretty much any dude in anime looks good. Like, it's hard to break down like which ones look better. Some
And
are
he was
creepy,
like, he
but
was like
most
so
look good.
aloft, you know what I mean? Like he was so like not trying to interact with the people around him as well. So
Yeah.
you're kind of like he has that air
And
of
his
like,
voice just
Yeah.
very soft, and I don't know. So I enjoyed his character, and it took me a long time till I started hating his character. I'm sure people started hating him way before I did, and then eventually he turned to crap. But he still looked good, so I had a crush on him.
He still looked good. That's the only thing that matters. As long as he looks good.
Yeah.
He could be a sociopath. Has he? He's hot.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's pretty.
It's like if he's killing you, you're like, at least I'm being killed by an attractive guy.
Right?
Exactly.
This could be bad.
It's not Buffalo Bill
be
with
worse.
his pee-pee tucked between his legs. I mean, come on.
What about you, Gabby?
All right, my number 5 is from Big Hero 6. I got a mad crush on Go-Go.
Nice.
She's my girl.
Nice.
I love her. I think she's adorable. I have a thing for rollerblading, so I'm down with her uniblades, whatever those are.
Fruit boots.
I just think she's cool. I love her short, cool hair and her sass. She's awesome.
All right, I just sent you guys a text message of my number 5.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
so we know who you're
That,
talking
my
about.
number 5. Exactly, yeah. Because I thought this would be a good visual aids, since nobody's going to know what I pick. So, visual aids, that is Hideyoshi Kinoshita from the anime Baka and Test. And Hideyoshi is my number 5.
Is she 8?
I was gonna say 5, but
She's actually a boy. So
Oh, wow.
extremely
Okay.
effeminate. They go like the way that they do him, voiced by Brina Palencia, who's fantastic. The way that they do his character, everybody thinks he's a girl. He knows he's not, but nobody cares. They even assign him his own like restroom and changing room, so it's like men's, women's Hideyoshi.
Nice.
So it's great. It's fantastic. So
Sounds like
Hideyoshi,
America.
that's awesome.
my number 5. Exactly. Yeah.
We would expect nothing less from you, Josh.
I
That's a
tried.
perfect
Dude,
Josh
traps
Kane
are the
pick.
best.
Is he 8?
Is he 8? Nice.
Awesome.
All right, Liam.
Oh, back around me. Okay, so number 4 for me was Ryoko from Tenchi Muyo. This was a very early anime that I got into in the 90s. Funny side story, I used to do Irish dancing because everybody in my family does it. And one of the other guys that also did Irish dancing, he was super into this anime. So every time we'd go over to their house and like my mother and his mother would be sewing Irish step dancing dresses, we would all sit in their den and watch like Tenchi Muyo in Love, Tenchi Muyo in Tokyo. And for those that aren't familiar with it, it is like a harem anime where it's like the one guy surrounded by a bunch of girls and all the girls are in love with him. That's just the way that the story goes. But I hated Tenchi. Not because all the girls liked him,
Dude,
but because
why do you hate Tenchi? Everybody hates Tenchi. I love
because
Tenchi.
they had to create.
Tenchi was like Tenchi's an idol.
They had to create a whole nother story, like an alternate reality, to make him cool, because they realized he was the least likable character in the run. So then they had to give him like superpowers and a super sword and like a goddess mother, like all this crazy stuff. So all of the girls were more likable than he was. And for me, Ryoko, who was a blue-haired space pirate, hands down was the coolest. She had a fiery attitude, a hot temper. She was not very effeminate. She was actually more masculine, like more tomboy-esque, but she knew how to turn it on when she wanted to be like a sexy, like more attractive person. But I liked that she was just like, I'm going to be me and you're going to love me because I'm awesome. And I loved that kind of attitude. So yeah, Ryoko for sure.
I like it.
I was more of a fan of Ayeka and Sasami. Because
Ayeka
Jirai is the best.
Jirai is pretty cool, but Ayeka, that's the aristocratic purple-haired biatch, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she sucks. She's the worst. Well, she's right.
She's the best.
She's Ryoko's rival, so it makes sense that she's your favorite, and then Ryoko's mine because
Exactly.
you and
That's how
we
you
battle,
guys
brother. We
work.
battle.
All right, we'll move it along to my number 4. And my last anime character on my list, Vash the Stampede.
Ooh, yeah.
So, from Trigun, if you guys didn't know that. But he's freaking hilarious. And his nice, spiky blonde hair,
Even when it's down.
even when it's down, his little sunglasses. I don't know, something about this character. He's so smooth, but not smooth at the same time. Like, he's so silly.
Who's he voiced by?
Johnny Young Bosch.
And
that's right, it's Johnny Young Bosch.
that is also a reason why he's a crush too, because the voice has to go along with it.
Oh, for sure.
And he was a Power Ranger, so awesome.
I think we've pretty much mentioned Hercules and Johnny Young Bosch in every single episode
Pretty
we've
much.
ever done.
Oh, wait till May. It's going to be bad.
Oh, every other sentence.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. All right, back to me.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going with a Disney character, the most sarcastic, sassy girl in the canon, Megara.
I knew it. Right, when you said
love her.
sassy, I was like, it's going to be Meg.
I just love how she's just like she's just too cool for everything. And then, you see her soften towards Hercules throughout the movie, but I don't know. I just like her sass. It actually reminds me of Charlie a lot because she is so sassy with me every day. I love it.
Sassy with everybody every day.
Yeah, she's full of sass. Every pair of pants is her sassy pants.
Awesome.
So for my number 4, I went with 2.
You cheater.
I have to cheat.
God, every time with this guy.
That's how this list works.
Here's the thing. They're both from Disney.
So
they're also my only cartoon characters on the list.
Okay.
So for my number 4, I went with Kim Possible from Disney's Kim Possible.
Okay.
And I went with Meg from Hercules.
Nice.
I like it.
I mean, first off, Meg, we've got the sass and everything. And
Yeah.
KP, she's just a kick-butt superhero, man. She's a secret agent
Yeah.
who's friends with Ron, who has a naked mole rat.
I never end up watching that show, but I like you always say such good things about it, and Brittany has as well. So I'll have to give it a chance sometime.
Kim Possible. That was a good show.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic show.
Nice. I don't understand why they have to put him in a tie, but
That's how he made 5
I don't
work.
understand how you like how you like Pinocchio.
I know.
I'm excited for when he gets to number 1 and it's all of the girls from
that he didn't list.
No, it's gonna. No, it's literally gonna
everyone
be
from
all the female characters from like Sailor Moon. Like it's gonna be all of the sailors,
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
right?
You'll have to wait to find out.
Yep. So back to me.
Yep.
Sir.
Okay, so number 3 for me is Motoko Kusanagi, who all the people also know her as the Major from Ghost in the Shell, which now she is portrayed by Scarlett Johansson in the live-action remake. I remember watching Ghost in the Shell probably late 90s, early 2000s, probably early 2000s, because I'd started working at the comic book shop, and one of the guys that I worked with basically would just keep handing me anime that he wanted me to watch. That's actually how I first watched Trigun, was because he had a shirt with Vash and then the revolver on it, and I was like, oh, that guy looks wicked badass. Who's that? And he was like, you don't know who Trigun is? Oh, Vash the Stampede, blah, blah, blah. Like, just lost his mind. So he made me watch, like, Akira, Ghost in the Shell, Trigun, and the Major's super, super awesome character. The whole, like, noir theme of the film is awesome. I didn't really get so much into some of the spin-off series that they did with that one. But
I loved Second Gig.
I didn't.
And
I did.
like of Standalone Complex. That was fantastic.
See, but that's
the Laughing Man.
But that's the thing with Standalone Complex. I felt like it was good, but it never quite measured up to like the original OVA. So I was more of a fan of that one. And then with the other ones, it was like I liked them, but I didn't love them. And I loved just the arc that the Major had throughout the story, and just like each battle that she had to go through, the fight scene that she has like in the water when she's still wearing like the invisible outfit, and it's just it's so freaking cool. It's so awesome. So for sure, the Major.
Cool. All right. My number 3 is from a movie called Mulan. Li Shang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donny Osmond.
Yeah, man.
Totally. He is all the manly man. And then now when I think about it, I never put the whole, I could be questioning my my sexuality with the fact that I enjoy, because back then I wasn't thinking that.
Right.
But now when I look at it, I'm like, oh, he totally was.
Yeah.
Which makes him even cooler.
Right.
But no, all of his little angular
features,
his chin, his
chiseled chest.
Yeah.
Exactly.
His singing voice.
Those square pecs.
Yeah. The incredibly
Donnie
square pecs.
frickin' Osmond.
Yeah, his Donny Osmond singing voice.
Yep.
But
his BD Wong speaking voice.
Exactly, which he's a good-looking man, too.
Yes, he is.
All right, Li Shang, number 3.
Nice.
That's a good pick. I like that one. All right, so I'm going back to Pixar at this point, or switching from Disney to Pixar at this point, and I'm going with Helen Parr,
nice.
Incredible, from The Incredibles, because, I don't know, I think she's fantastic. I thought she was great as Elastigirl, and she went, she kind of could hold her own against Mr. Incredible, and just the fact that they fell in love, and that she's also this awesome kick-butt mom, and she can combine that with being a superhero. I don't know. Mad respect for Mrs. Parr.
Awesome.
See, and it's funny though. Like for me, she was too much of a mom for me to like crush on her because I was just like, oh, she's older than I am, so I can't have a crush on her.
I guess I'm old enough.
It was fair game.
Yeah, but what Incredibles was what, like 2004, right?
I think so.
So I mean, like I was 22, so like I was old enough that it would have been like, oh, she's as Elastigirl, yeah, for sure. But I just always viewed her as like, no, she's a mom, and that's Robert's wife.
Right.
For my number 3, I decided to go with a little character from the video game known as Mass Effect.
Man, it's all about Mass Effect lately.
Right? And I went with Liara Tassoni from Mass Effect.
I don't know if I know what that character looks like.
She's the you only
she in
played
the
Mass
first
Effect
game?
1, right?
Yeah.
She was in Mass Effect 1.
Was she? I don't remember.
She's the blue Asari chick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And then in Mass Effect 3.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mass Effect 3.
Wow.
We won't say what happens in Mass Effect 3.
Nice pick, dude. We've been doing a lot of video game animation picks lately.
Well, yeah.
Like it seems like over the last few episodes we've had several video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's also all from Mass Effect.
A lot of it is, yeah. I think that's true.
Yeah, it's a game I still
right.
need to get into because I feel like that has a following the way that Halo does, and I love Halo, even though Mass Effect's a different style of game, but everybody always talks about how great it is. So.
Yeah, make sure you have time. It will suck you in.
That's fine.
And you'll spend lots and lots of time.
So did Halo. So did The Force Unleashed.
Oh, sorry, Liam.
Yeah.
You don't have time.
No, not anymore.
Oh,
I have time to do Halo.
I know.
That's about it.
Nice.
just in a picture.
Or not
of
Halo,
it, so
FIFA.
In case everyone wants to see her.
Oh,
I
there you go.
had to do a G-rated picture because there were some other ones.
Creepy.
She's blue.
Nah, right?
That's the Star Trek in him coming out. He likes blue aliens.
Ah, there
Blue
you go.
aliens are the best aliens.
All right, Liam, back to you, sir.
All right, so we're at number 2, correct?
We
Yes.
are.
All right, so I'm finally out of my anime. Since the last 3 have all been anime characters. But number 2 for me definitely has to be like, for me, probably my original crush from the very beginning, because after Princess Leia, it was like, oh, women can dress like this and still be awesomely powerful and sexy simultaneously. Princess Jasmine.
Yeah.
Hands
Nice.
down, definitely the most attractive Disney princess, I think, of all time.
Cool.
Nice. I think that is a fantastic pick.
I knew you would.
Her hair is not realistic, though.
Her
so
hair
I just
is
want to
amazing.
let you.
It's
Just want
awesome.
to don't want to let you down.
It is like one solid piece that just moves all at once.
If only hair really worked that way.
Right? Like a big blob.
No, she's awesome though.
How about you, Bima?
All right, well, your number 2 goes perfectly with my number 2 because it's Aladdin
Yay!
from
I thought you were gonna say
Aladdin. Jafar.
I thought she was gonna say Jasmine. I was like, yeah.
Nice.
It should. Honorable mentions. Honorable mentions. No, yeah.
I give Aladdin the best smile award.
Yeah.
Aladdin?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Totally.
He's got the best smile, man.
If there's a Disney Renaissance like superlatives, then then Aladdin wins best smile.
Awesome.
Yep.
Jasmine wins
Absolutely.
best everything else.
That's true. She's got attitude.
it.
Yep.
But no, Aladdin, voiced by Scott Weiner, or whatever his name
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
something
that's
about
right.
his voice with that character. Perfect combination.
And I love that the guy that did the singing voice for him was originally slated to do the speaking voice, but Scott Weiner kept shooting like messages and whatnot to Disney
kept
and kept
auditioning.
auditioning, even though they didn't want him to. Like he kept doing it, and they finally were like, "Fine, you can have it."
Good.
And then
Oh, really?
And then the other guy was
That's
like, "Oh, well, I just get to sing. All right, I guess that's something."
Yeah, it's something.
Nice.
Cool.
I like it. Excellent picks, kids.
Well, thanks, Dad.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, on that note, I'm going to pick an old man Gav pick right now.
Betty Boop.
Figaro.
Betty
Not
Boop.
Figaro. Close,
No.
though. So even as a young boy, I always thought the epitome of elegance and beauty was the Blue Fairy from Pinocchio.
Oh, nice.
When she appears on the screen, it's got that classic old world Hollywood, just iconic star kind of blonde beauty look to it. And I was just blown away. Even as a little kid, I was like, that must be what beauty looks like. I just was convinced by it. And so still near and dear to my heart, as you all know, is Pinocchio. And I got a crush on the Blue Fairy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like it.
Josh shakes his head, as he does every time I mention Pinocchio.
Yeah.
So what's your next pick, Josh?
Just send everybody a text message. My 1 and 2 are both redheaded anime characters.
Shocker.
So, for my number 2, I went with, from a little anime called Neon Genesis Evangelion, I went with Asuka Langley Sohyu.
Figures.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, dude. She's also German, so, I mean, that can't hurt. Plus, I mean, look at her. Look at that.
Hasn't showed up yet.
Yeah, I remember what she looks like, though. So.
I don't know what she looks like.
Yeah. I'm surprised that the one from Mass Effect was the one that you went with that actually looked like a lady. So, I mean, Josh has a theme, basically boys. So.
And what?
What?
Wait, what?
Nice.
Cool.
All right, well, we'll see it when it shows up one of these
I feel
days.
hurt now.
No, you don't.
Here,
You're
Gavin,
fine.
there you go.
Like,
Oh, yeah, I remember her
Yeah,
now.
Asuka.
Nice. Excellent pick.
She's a fiery little redheaded little.
Oh, there it
whatever
is.
She is. Little tomboy
Little
girl.
firecracker.
There she
Yeah.
is.
Nice.
She's the best.
All right, so do we want to do honorable mentions?
Sure.
Yeah, that works. All right, so
right.
honorable mentions for me would be Winry Rockbell from Full Metal Alchemist,
Yay.
Meryl, the insurance agent from Trigun.
Oh, Meryl.
This one's a fun one. RC, the motorcycle car from Transformers, the animated movie.
Was all RC from Toy Story?
No, not
what I
that
was
RC,
thinking.
a different RC. ARCEE, but she was from the 80s animated movie. I just always thought she was beautiful, even though she's a robot. The quintessential
Hey,
Jessica
dude,
Rabbit.
You can't let, things like something not being like a human or real, push you away from if you like
From
something.
crushing on it, yeah.
I know, exactly. I mean, just like Josh doesn't let girls that look like boys get him, pushed out of things.
No.
So
I love EXO, and all of them look like girls.
this is true.
True.
So Jessica Rabbit, Mulan, Esmeralda, Jinx from
nice.
G.I. Joe, Tinkerbell, Tiana, even though I was much older when Tiana came out, but still,
Hey,
I always
still
thought she
crush.
was super beautiful. Haruko from FLCL, Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, Vash the Stampede, because I got to go with my boy. He's such a beautiful man. Also, his brother, Millions Knives, also a good-looking guy, even though he's a psychopath.
Yeah, he's weird.
Voiced by Joshua Seth from Digimon.
Oh,
Nice.
there you go.
welcome.
Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop, Roy Mustang, Lust, Lieutenant Hawkeye, all from Full Metal Alchemist, Meg from Hercules, Mirage
Nice.
from The Incredibles.
Oh, yeah,
and then
she's a good one.
Cortana.
Oh, yeah.
Cortana from Halo.
Oh,
Nice.
Halo 2 and 3 Cortana was best Cortana.
Yep. I think 3 was
Oh,
my
man.
favorite. My favorite Cortana was from 3.
Nice.
Cool.
Go, baby, Mo.
Oh, we're going
Good
around.
mentions.
All right, honorable mentions. Mine's not as long as yours.
Good lord, man.
All right, so Tadashi is here
Nice.
because he's so sweet.
Such a handsome man.
I know. I'm so sad he didn't make it through the whole dang movie.
Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
Oh, sorry, guys. Anyway,
Whatever.
Eugene Fitzherbert, also
Of
known as
course.
Flynn Rider from Tangled.
Of course.
Ash Ketchum from Pokemon.
Oh, my
Totally had a
goodness.
thing for Ash. Hercules, because Hercules. Guys, Hercules. Tarzan, because also, same as Hercules, Tarzan.
Right.
All the muscles.
Nice.
And pretty much all the dudes, well, maybe not all the dudes, from X-Men, either the animated series or X-Men Evolution, but it has to be Wolverine in his costume because he's not that good looking without the costume.
He looks a little bit too much like me, and then that's where she goes, oh, God, I already have one of those.
So yeah, that's it.
That's hilarious.
Cool.
All right. I just have a handful here. I gotta throw Merida on my list. I love all that red hair. I love that she's feisty and strong too. I like Pocahontas because I feel like she's just got something super elegant about her form, and I love the way that she moves. Glenn Keane is a master illustrator and animator, and I think she's gorgeous.
See, that one's tough because same thing. Like, I do think she's a very beautifully drawn character, but she's so boring. Like,
oh, really?
Pocahontas for me it's such a snooze fest. Like, when Mel Gibson's the strongest part of your film. Actually, not even Mel Gibson. I'm gonna go with Billy Connolly. One of the freaking sailors was the highlight of your film.
That's
like,
hilarious. All right, I understand that.
You're like, I feel you. I feel you.
Hey, she's still beautiful though.
She is beautiful. No, I'm
despite her
not
story.
taking anything away from that. If she's quiet, that's perfect.
Oh, rude.
Wow, she's got 2 fantastic songs too.
Oh, yes.
Which are even better when you put the TV on mute.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. Okay, I got to throw another retro one in there. I'm putting Daphne from Scooby-Doo on there because she's hot. And then, I can't not put Jessica Rabbit, even though when that movie came out, I was like, I don't know,
35,
11, and I was overwhelmed with colors and curves and things, and I didn't know what to think about that. But
I'm pretty sure I looked at her and said, "How does her back support everything else? That waist is not strong enough. She's gonna bend in two."
Anatomically more impossible than any other female character I can think
than
of.
Even Barbie doll.
I know, totally. All right, Josh, you got any honorables?
I have Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop, Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop, Vash the Stampede from Trigun. Trigun? My gosh, Trigun.
Yeah.
Trigon. No. Trigun. No. Yeah, Trigun. I went with Harley Quinn from Batman the Animated Series.
Nice.
Okay. I like it.
That's pretty much it. I mean, it's basically every anime girl. So
and boy,
pretty much. Yeah, I mean, if you're hot, you're hot. Yeah. So
you're like every anime character except for maybe Ed from Cowboy Bebop, because we have no idea if that's a boy or girl. So could
Ed's
be both.
A girl. Ed's a girl because Faye confirmed this. Not gonna say how.
No, I know.
Confirmed it.
She's very androgynous throughout the series.
True.
Cool. So we're doing top, like the number ones.
Number one.
Time for the number one.
So I have to do a caveat, which I should have done at the beginning, is that cosplayers, like current cosplayers, have ruined a lot of characters that I was a huge fan of as a kid because I just liked the character. That now that they've been like sexified, it's like no longer enjoyable. So there were several characters that didn't even make my honorable mentions because I was like, nah, I just don't really care for that character anymore. Because now they are in a mini skirt and a crop top around convention floors, even though they definitely should not be wearing that. But regardless.
Nice.
So to jump on the bandwagon, kind of Josh Kane style, I would say all of the females from X-Men, the animated series, the original one from the 90s, that would be my number one. But if I only have to pick one, it's got to be Storm. So, like, everybody from Rogue to Jean Grey to Psylocke, like, all the females.
Kitty.
Kitty Pryde, wonderfully drawn, wonderfully voiced. But even with Storm's crazy, like, by the winds of wisdom, I command thee.
They're
like,
horrible.
Even with that, she's still, like, such a powerfully strong character. And just, even, like, from the pages of the comic books, like, she's just always been
when she
gorgeous.
has her cool mohawk.
The mohawk, the 80s.
Her mohawk was so cool.
Yes.
Her mohawk with the black leather.
Oh yeah, I was going to say the punk rock 80s version of Storm
So
is
cool.
always my favorite. So yeah, without a doubt, Aurora Monroe, Storm.
I like it.
Nice. Good pick.
I like it. All right, so my number one is not a Disney movie. Surprising.
Oh.
Yeah, but a lot of people mistake.
surprised.
Yeah, they mistake this movie for Disney though, and it is Anastasia. Dimitri.
Oh, nice.
Dimitri was immediately when you guys had texted us over that it's crushes. I was like, oh, Dimitri. I don't even have to. I don't have to do a list because he's my number one. He was always my crush. What was that?
Is it John Cusack that does
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
That's
So,
what I thought.
and that's the thing. Like, his voice works perfectly for this guy. I mean, John Cusack's not really the most attractive dude, but his voice is great.
Well, it's like his sister Joan, where she's not an attractive person, but when you hear her voice, Jessie, you're like, oh, she's so fun. But then you see her in an actual movie and you go, nope. You could have cast anybody but her and I'd have been enjoying this film.
But yeah, Dimitri, his hair, his nice little 90s style brown hair.
His Matt Damon haircut.
Yeah, pretty much. It's awesome. He's suave.
Totally.
Yeah, I think he's probably every young girl's crush. You can probably ask anybody and Dimitri would be on their list.
He's very Flynn Rider-esque.
Yeah, very
about it.
much.
Yeah.
That's why Flynn Rider was on my honorable mentions.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Excellent. All right. Well, my number one has already been mentioned, and it's the one, the only Princess Jasmine.
Yeah.
Yay!
I was
To
for
me,
sure that you were going to go
still
Betty
the
Boop.
She's still the most strikingly beautiful Disney princess, I think, and I like how strong she is, and she's not going to bend to this stupid law that she has to marry whatever. She's going to do it her own way, and she wins in the end, and I like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So, Sim Pictures. My number one is also a tie because I cheat all the time.
Yeah.
So, my first one, hailing from Cerulean City, is the gym leader Misty from Pokemon.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that
Again.
little star thing in the egg. And I was like, you could have said
Yes,
just a
I
picture
love
of that.
and Togepi. Yeah, Togepi and Misty, like BFFs.
Ridiculous.
My number one.
That's another
Also-
character that's been ruined by cosplayers.
Misty?
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's
that
the
one's
thing.
done
Here's
all
the thing.
time.
Misty has been ruined by cosplayers, but Misty has also been accentuated by cosplayers too.
No,
I think the
I
outfit
agree,
is
but you look
extreme,
at when
but
I
the,
saw
curves
Pokemon the
underneath
first
are.
time, I was like, oh, she's an 8-year-old girl. And now I see cosplayers and I'm like, she's supposed to be an 8-year-old girl. Not with double D's. It does not make sense.
For anime, it does.
Not for this.
Yeah, dude, it's anime.
What's your...
I also went with, from a little show called Digimon, I also went with Sora Takanuchi, and that's a picture of when her and Tai kiss
Nice.
in the Christmas episode.
So,
My number one ship, by the way, Tai and Sora. I'm rooting for those two crazy kids to finally get together.
Is Ty the
Nice.
pink bird thing?
Yes, Tai is the bird, not the one giving the kiss to the girl.
Gotcha. All right, cool.
nice.
Just want to make sure I'm
So-
on the right
Is
page.
Digimon still a thing? It's still
Yeah, man.
on?
Yep.
It is in Josh's world.
No, it is. It's in,
So-
it's in the real world, too.
So, Josh, I think you ended up with a top 7 because you had 2 ties.
Yes.
I think Liam ended up with a top 10.
Yeah.
So I think he
No,
wins.
he said every girl.
I think
That's like.
Oh, how many
30.
girls are there in the animated
Well,
series?
think about all the villains,
X-Men.
too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Well,
gosh.
you've got Mystique.
So you got like a top 25.
You got Mystique, you got all the
Storm,
Morlocks,
Jean
except for
Grey,
maybe that
Kitty
old
Pryde.
lady that makes you think you're covered in scorpions. She's creepy. But, like,
Nope, you got her too. Congrats.
even Callista,
Yeah, there's a
Wow.
lot.
there's a lot
So you won for...
Lockhart.
for the most
So he beat
characters.
you at
But
your
I
own
narrowed it
game.
down and said just Storm. Whereas
Nice.
Josh has a 7-way tie.
Added 2 here, 2
Yeah,
here.
he's like Misty from
Right.
Pokemon, and then all the Pokemon.
I don't see a problem with that.
There's,
hey,
there's
there's
no
a lot of
problem
good
with
looking
that.
Pokemon out there, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, Pika, don't touch me, Josh. Pika, Pika.
Pika Pika. Anywho.
Nice. Is that it?
That was good. That's it. I think I'm declaring you the winner, Liam.
Yay! I win.
Yay!
I didn't know that was such a thing.
No,
It's not.
not a
I just
thing.
made that up.
it's not. You just win.
Oh, cool. What do I win? I win. I win.
Yeah.
Is that from Big Daddy? Where he's like,
We'll-
what game
we'll
are we
mail you the
playing?
trophy.
I win. How do you play? I win.
Like it.
So, for your prize, Liam, you will be mailed a complete AH7 Whitehead Power Liquid. Its AH7 Whitehead Power Liquid is formulated to resurface the skin and renew the complexion, giving a radiant reduces the appearance of whiteheads. Oh yeah, it's Korean, so the English translation's not 100% correct, but you know.
Nice.
There you go.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
there's also a
Sounds like a much needed
BHA
product.
Get rid of those
Blackhead
whiteheads.
Power Liquid. Yep. Oh, and this one's good too. This one is Nature Republic Snail Solution Foam Cleanser.
Ew.
It's a
Ooh,
little,
gotta love that
yeah,
snail solution.
You get to win this too, but it has a cute little picture of a snail.
It does.
Adorable. Oh.
Is it made out of snail?
Probably.
Yes, snail.
Probably.
It's
That's a
made out of
big-
snail mucus.
It's a big new thing.
Fun.
Cool. Well,
Cosmetics.
those sound exactly like the things that I need to amplify my beauty regimen. So I appreciate those products that you're sending my way.
No problem.
Awesome.
All right, so where can everybody find you guys?
On Bespin,
Sweet.
Cool. Well, other than Bespin, you can find me at Citizen of Disney.
you can find me at Liam Bright, and you can listen to our show on iTunes if you search for Cloud City Cast. And then you can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Cloud City Cast.
Cool.
Gavin.
You can find me at Gavin Audison Art on Instagram and Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh L. Kane. You can show us
You can
love
show the fine
by going to our Instagram. I tried to swing that. It didn't work.
Fail.
Anyway, you can follow the show on Instagram at Animation Station Podcast and on Twitter at Animate Podcast. And you can go to our website, animationstationpodcast.com, where you can listen to all of our episodes by clicking the little podcast tab up at the top. And you can also find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and your favorite podcasting listening service.
That's correct. Hey, thanks, guys, for being on our little show here.
Of course.
Of course, anytime.
It was great.
We always love having you.
We always love being on.
Excellent.
Even when I'm losing my voice.
Yep.
It's so
So
sultry.
So sultry.
for the Animation Station Podcast, I'm Josh.
I'm Gavin.
Are we supposed to
Anytime, guys. Anytime. Come on.
I'm Brittany.
I'm also Josh.
Yay!
Yes!
Try
Double
to
the
make
Joshes.
the world a better place.
I like it.
Made you look.
Bye-bye, Ladybug. Oh, it's Butterfly. Dang it. I can't put it in there. I messed up this thing.
Here we go.